The story begins with AG receiving a message from his girlfriend. She said sorry to him and told him that something came up with her club activities and she just can't get out of it. AG replied saying that it's fine. He asked her to not worry and said good luck to her for her club practice. AG was sitting holding his phone. He is really sad because today it was supposed to be their special birthday date, but she didn't come. AG's girlfriend is his childhood friend Miyuki. They became girlfriend-boyfriend after AG confessed to her last Christmas. It's been half a year, and because AG has been too hesitant, they still haven't even kissed. To AG, Miyuki is like an idol he always admired. If they weren't childhood friends, he probably couldn't even talk to her, let alone date her. AG was walking outside looking at his phone thinking that he never imagined Miyuki would blow off their very first date as a couple. He even went all out for today. While walking on the streets, he reached a movie theater. Looking at the theater, he thought that this theater is the one where he and Miyuki were supposed to come together and enjoy their date. He started dreaming about Miyuki sitting beside him and they both holding hands while watching the movie. AG immediately gets embarrassed and tries to not dream about these things. After some walking, AG accidentally reached an area where there were mostly couples. Everywhere AG looked, he only saw couples talking to each other, holding hands, and also kissing. Seeing the scene, he realized that this is the Love Hotel district and got really embarrassed. Because of the location, AG's dream changed from just holding hands to doing their first act in bed. Thinking that, AG called himself an idiot and decided to forget it for now. Suddenly, his pupil shrunk because he just saw someone. He looked back and saw his childhood friend, who is also his girlfriend, walking with another boy. Miyuki happily cuddled this boy's arm and walked beside him. They are in a love district, which means they aren't just friends. AG was really shocked and called Miyuki's name from behind. When Miyuki looked at him, she was really shocked and couldn't even say his name properly. They both asked at the same time, "Why are you here?" AG was really shocked seeing his girlfriend with someone else. He grabbed Miyuki's hand tightly and was about to ask her something. Right at that moment, a punch landed on Miyuki's face because of which he fell on the ground. This punch was thrown by this new Miyuki's boyfriend. After landing the punch, the boy cursed AG and asked him what he's trying to do with his girlfriend. Hearing that, AG tried to talk, asking him what he's talking about. He told him that she's the one who has cheated on him. Boy didn't listen to him and asked him if he's some kind of stalker. Boy also asked Miyuki to say something to him. It turns out the boy knows who AG is because Miyuki has told him about AG. Boy looked at Miyuki and asked her to tell him how she's only dating AG because they're childhood friends. Or how he's boring, or how his hands are gross when he tries to hold yours. AG was still trying to process what was going on when he got another shock. While AG hasn't even kissed Miyuki, she and her new boyfriend have already done many acts in the bed many times. And everything that boy said just now are the things that Miyuki said to him when they were in the bed together. AG couldn't believe what he just heard. Seeing that Miyuki isn't saying anything to AG, her new boyfriend told him that if she really likes AG, he doesn't mind leaving her now. Boy gave her a choice. He asked to choose between him and AG. She had to leave one. Hearing that, Miyuki was about to cry. She didn't choose AG, but this new guy. She threw herself into his arms saying that if he leaves her, she'll not be able to continue living. Seeing that, AG was really shocked. He couldn't believe that the girl, who he thought was pure and his girlfriend, was cheating on him right in front of him. Boy smiled looking at Miyuki's behavior. He rubbed her head and asked her to clearly say to AG what she told him in the bed when they were together. So, she said to AG he was my childhood friend, but now he's clingy, like a stalker. A horrible abusive boyfriend. When AG heard that, he finally lost all light in his eyes and couldn't say a word. Then, the boy asked Miyuki to tell AG properly that she's leaving him. She didn't even think for a moment and with a smile she said, "I'm sorry, AG. I can't be with you anymore." She also asked him to not talk to her at school either. From this day onward, AG's happy everyday life began to fall apart. After a while, he entered a restaurant named Kitchen Ono. Workers inside welcome him. This place is AG's home. A guy asked him if he wanted something to eat. But AG just said thanks and left. He was completely broke. After learning that Miyuki cheated on him, He ended up just staying in bed from the shock. All he could do was wait for time to pass. Outside his room, a woman was standing with a plate of food. She asked him if he wanted to eat, but AG refused. From that day, he kept having only one dream. In the dream, he saw Miyuki and that guy together in the bed. While enjoying herself, Miyuki was talking about how AG is disgusting. She said that just because they were childhood friends, he misunderstood and got all clingy. Saying that, they both started doing their deed. While they were enjoying themselves, AG was crying standing outside the room seeing everything. This is the dream that AG has daily. He couldn't even sleep properly just because of this dream. Next day when AG was going to school, his friend came from behind asking him if he and Miyuki had done something new. Before AG could answer, he saw Miyuki in front of him walking and talking happily with her friend. Seeing her, AG remembered some childhood memories. When they were children, they were really good friends. Miyuki even talked about becoming his bride. In the school, AG tried to talk to Miyuki. When Miyuki looked behind, her friend stopped him. She called AG an abusive creep and also asked to not talk to Miyuki from now on. Miyuki didn't even say anything and just left. Before leaving, Miyuki's friend warns AG that if he keeps on trying to get involved with Miyuki, she will not let him get away. At home, AG was in his bed when he suddenly received a message from an unknown account. They cursed him and called him an abusive creep. Like that, AG received hundreds of messages from unknown people where they call him abusive creep, or cheater and many other things. Looking at these messages, AG couldn't do anything. Poor guy didn't even do anything but had to endure this kind of abuse. Next day when AG entered his classroom, everyone talked behind his back, calling him many kinds of abusive things and cursing him. When Miyuki tried to say that he didn't do anything, no one believed him. Because AG is just a normal guy, he's not even popular and is really weak. On the other hand, Miyuki and her new boyfriend are really popular, everyone will believe what they'll say. During break, AG was sitting alone eating his lunch with empty eyes. Not even his club members let him join in projects. They make many excuses and never let AG become part of their club activities. Even though he received the message that club activities got cancelled, he went to check if it's really true. When he reached the room, he was about to enter when he suddenly heard students asking someone if they had lied to AG that club activities were cancelled. When AG heard that, he started crying. Poor guy has to go through many things, even though he hasn't done anything wrong. Because no student was on his side, AG decided to talk to his teacher. But before he could talk to her, he saw Miyuki and the homeroom teacher talking bad things about AG, which means not even teachers are on his side. In his school closet, students left not calling him abusive and stalker. Because of all this, AG left the school and directly ran to his home. He didn't tell anything to his mom because he doesn't want her to get worried or sad for him. After his dad died, his mom and older brother are taking care of the restaurants so AG doesn't have to go through financial problems. He doesn't want to become a burden to his family. So, he acted happy in front of them. At Miyuki's house, she also hasn't been able to sleep since that day. She sat on her bed wondering how things turned out like this. She keeps thinking that maybe that day was just a dream. She thinks that if Kanoto, her new boyfriend, hadn't been there, if she had just clung to AG crying, saying she didn't want to break up. At school, when she saw AG getting bullied, she almost started crying. But she tried to hold her tears. She remembers how it all started as just a silly love talk. She was happy, but their relationship wasn't progressing. Her friends misunderstood that as a problem and introduced her to Kanoto, who had dating experience. She tried to turn it down, but Kanoto was athletic and smart, the ace of the soccer team, handsome and gentlemanly. Unlike AG and her, who were each other's first loves, Kanoto had a more mature view of relationships. To Miyuki, he seemed incredibly attractive. One day when Miyuki and Kanoto was hanging outside, they kissed each other. From then on, everything that Miyuki was supposed to give to AG, she gave all that Kanoto. Even though she doesn't want to do it, one part of her was also feeling good. One day when Miyuki was in bed with Kanoto, he set a date when they should hang out again. When Miyuki heard the date, she said that on that day, she had to go out with AG. Hearing that, Kanoto said that he'll just go out with another girl. But Miyuki wasn't willing to see that, so she tried to stop him. Kanoto said that she always put Eiji before him, so he said to her that they should end their relationship here. Like this, they'll both be happy. But Miyuki wasn't willing to. She chose Kanoto. She thought that whatever she'll do, Eiji will forgive her, so she kept going out with Kanoto. Miyuki has spent 10 years of her life with Eiji. She thought that she'll marry Eiji. But the woman in her whispered otherwise. She feels like she needs to confess everything to everyone. She knows that she's in the wrong, she's the one who cheated on Eiji, but she refuses to accept it because she's terrified of losing everything. The next day, the same thing happened to Eiji. He got bullied, everyone called him abusive and blah blah. Today, he met Kanoto and asked him why he's spreading lies. Kanoto answered that it's fun. He's just doing this because he wants to enjoy a great show. Before leaving, Kanoto asked Eiji to drop out and also told him that he loves wrecking other people's lives. Hearing that, Eiji fell to the ground unconscious, thinking that he can't do anything now. He realized that no one is going to help. Even the teachers will take the side of smart and capable Miyuki. He can't even talk to his mom and brother because they're already doing everything for him. Right when he was thinking that, he received a message from his club members that they had kicked him out because of what he had done to Miyuki. Seeing that, he started crying, but he couldn't do anything about it. He thought that he'll just endure this for half a year until his graduation. After that, he'll be free from this hell and move on. But after hearing what other students talked about him daily, he wondered if he should just jump out from the rooftop and end it all. When he went to the rooftop to do that, he saw a really cute girl. At the end of hopeless despair with no escape, that's when he met the girl who could change his fate. Subscribe for more, there's just one chapter for now. Also, find a difference between these two pictures before leaving the video.